What's up, peeps? I'm back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benson. Thank you so much for joining us for the 1-year anniversary of the AEW Insider. It is fucking insane that 12 months literally have flew by already. I believe it is a year to the day. It should be January the 8th when I either did my first podcast or when AEW did announce that they are AEW, and that's when I first covered it. So for us here, this is the official anniversary of the channel. I cannot thank you guys enough, honestly. The podcast does awesome. The YouTube videos do pretty decent. Hopefully in the future, we're going to keep on building. It would have been nice to have at least 100 subs, if not 100,000 subs by year one, but I'm at like 96 or 97. And you know what? That's a hell of a lot better than none or zero. So I thank you guys. I don't care if I had two, at least somebody's watching. Let's just cheers to 2020. Hope this channel blows up and we have 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be amazing. Anyway, we got a big show for you, so let's get into it. AEW. Now, we know Le Champion, Chris Jericho, and Jon Moxley had matches at New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom 14 this past weekend. They both won. Mox regained his IC title, and in the press conference after, Jericho was asked about New Japan and AEW working together. He said he would like to see them come to an agreement, but as of right now, there's no discussion for that going on. He says they need to put their bad blood behind them and their egos. The Young Bucks heard what he said, and they said, that was just a rumor. Nothing is happening. I think Chris did that to get the internet to talk a bit more about the situation. The door has not opened up at all. We wish them luck in what they're doing. A lot of our friends work in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and if something came along, we'd be open, but nothing is happening right now. And that's what Nick Jackson said. Also, after Wrestle Kingdom 14, Le Champion was injured. So that tells me that AEW might not let their wrestlers go different places to wrestle. I said from day one, it is amazing they let them keep the dates that they had and even past their dates when AEW hit television, that they let them work from other promotions. And you can go to my past shows, I've said that. I've also said until one of their big stars or a few of their big stars get hurt, this is their first big star and it is the face, their AEW champion. This could be the end of it. The doctor in the back that Jericho said, Jericho came in and said that his jaw was dislocated. He added, he also said that his knee was swollen and he's going to get it looked at. He thought some of the dragon screws that were done to his knee did that. Cody Rhodes did an interview and responded to Roman Reigns saying that it is generous to call AEW competition for the WWE. Cody said that he is very, very smart. He has a WrestleMania main event under his belt. He has an incredible talent. I think at the time, a lot of people were, I don't want to say naive. People are turning away from it, but there's no turning away from it now. WWE's on a 49-year head start, and I'll tip my hat for that. But we're doing this to build upon what fans have been talking about for 20 years. What they want from a wrestling product and what perhaps wasn't delivered to them. We want to be the alternative. If that means stepping in the competition, so be it. It's better to have competition for me, for Roman, for everybody. WWE. After the big debacle last year with WWE in Saudi Arabia, you remember the Saudis were not paying WWEs for the pay-per-views they were doing. WWE cut the feed to all of Saudi Arabia for the last pay-per-view they were putting on in their country. And in retaliation, the Saudis took WWE wrestlers off their plane and stranded them in Saudi Arabia for like a day. Well, WWE officials are in talks with the Saudis to keep doing shows over there. What will Vince not do to get his hands on some extra fuck you, aka XFL blood money? Well, WWE is very scared of losing a 10-time champion. And if he has not re-signed yet, to me, that's a good sign he is going to be out of there. And it was none other than Matt Hardy. His contract is up March 1st, and AEW wants him bad. If you ask me, he'll probably go there just so he can do his gimmicks and be happy, and he doesn't have to work as much and be away from his family. But also, if he is smart, he might take that one last 5-year, multi-million-dollar fat WWE contract. Let's see what the broken one will do. On Raw last night with the Lana and Lashley segment, security thought the actor in the skit was a crazed fan. They actually tackled him to the ground. It looked insane on live TV. The actor spoke about it today. His name is Rick Malone, and on his Facebook he said, "This is what happened tonight at WWE Raw. I needed to get in the ring to order 3, 2." The actor spoke about it today. His name is Rick Malone, and he was on his Facebook. He posted a picture of what happened, and he said, "I needed to get into the ring in order to consummate the Bobby Lashley-Lana wedding, which was totally disrupted last Monday night in Hartford, Connecticut, but security prevented me. So I had no other choice but to dive into the ring head first. Security was not pleased, but the married couple was very happy, heart emoji." Also on Monday Night Raw, the Big Show actually returned in the main event. He revealed after the show that he has had 5 hip surgeries in the last year and a half. That's insane. Andrade actually took off Rey Mysterio's mask, and Brock Lesnar announced that he will enter the Royal Rumble at number 1, and he will destroy every person who comes in there after, and he will be the last man standing. Backstage, they are saying this is to set up Brock's WrestleMania match. If he's in the Royal Rumble, anybody from NXT or SmackDown can win the Rumble and actually fight him at WrestleMania instead of him having to fight somebody from Raw. Can we say Adam Cole, baby? New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Wrestle Kingdom 14, which is New Japan's version of WrestleMania, happened this past weekend. It happened over a 2-night period. I won't cover night 1, even though it kind of has to do with night 2, but it's been so long, you've probably seen both nights already. On night 2, for the Heavyweight Championship and the Intercontinental Championship, Naito fought Okada. Naito actually beat Okada and became the double champion. I don't like Naito at all, but I'm glad they gave him the props and gave him the belt because he is a workhorse and he does deserve it. Chris Jericho defeated Tanahashi via submission. Jay White defeated Kota Ibushi. The Neverweight Open Championship, Goto defeated Kenta. The United States Championship, Jon Moxley on night 1 beat Lance Archer and took back his United States Championship, and he retained it on night 2 when he defeated Juice Robinson. So Moxley is the United States Champion once again. The British Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Sonata to retain his title. And then you have the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Roppongi 3K defeated Ishimori and Phantasmo. And you also had Jushin Thunder Liger's final match. He actually really is retired right now. That guy is such a legend, and he wrestled so long, and they're giving him all kind of props online from all over. So go show him some love. House of Glory. We reported a few months back that House of Glory wrestler Matt Travis was killed by a hit-and-run driver in New Jersey. Well, that man has been caught, and he is going to trial on February 7th. His name is Luke Vu. He has been charged with reckless driving, failure to yield to a bicyclist, failure to obey a traffic device, drive left of pavement marking, and failure to exercise due care. They interviewed Matt Travis's mother about her thoughts about the man who killed her son, and she said, "I am shocked, happy, and depressed at the same time. I was so depressed without my son. Mr. Vu should pay for what he did to my child. If it was a mistake, he could say he was sorry, but I haven't heard any apologies." It's really sad. My daughter and I had the pleasure, the honor of seeing him perform twice the last 2 Augusts at House of Glory. Godspeed, my friend. And on to some random wrestling news. Big Sexy Kevin Nash has officially announced that he is retired from in-ring competition. So you'll see him around at events, Hall of Fames, promos, what have you, but his in-ring wrestling is done. Thanks for all the memories, Big Daddy Cool. And finally, Eric Bischoff is still throwing shade at WWE while he's saying that he's not. You know those types of people. Before they say something fucked up or do something fucked up, they're like, hey, I'm about to say something, but I really don't want to hurt your feelings, or don't take it to heart. And then they say something really fucked up. Well, that's kind of what Eric Bischoff does. On his podcast, 83 Weeks, he talked about AEW and WWE. This is what Bischoff had to say. I'm preferring the less scripted promos in AEW to the heavily scripted ones in WWE. The less scripted a promo is, it's so much better. That's one of the things that I think is, and that really I enjoy AEW over the WWE product. I like their interviews. They just tend to feel so much more organic and real to me. It's the favorite part of, it's not just because I've been in the business for 30 years for me. The best part of wrestling as a fan was always the promos. Always. Those are the things I remember when I think back to when I was a kid, even growing up in Detroit, when I was really young, 7, 8, 9 years old, watching wrestling. Certainly by the time I got to Minneapolis, I remember some of the matches, but what I remember a lot more were the promos. When you get a guy like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and there were others like Chris Jericho, certainly at that level, they can go out there. They know the point they're going out there to make, but they don't know exactly how they're going to make it there until they're in the moment. Those are the interviews that really make me love the product. And on what WWE for him is missing. And I think that's what's missing for me. And again, this is not a bash at WWE, and even though it is. Because there are people there that I love and I'll always support. And I enjoyed working for the company. I have a ton of respect for everybody from Vince McMahon on down. So this is not a bash WWE thing. But this is just me talking about what I like. And I think one of the things that make it hard for me to watch WWE is the quality of the promos are so flat. I'm searching for a word. They're just not real. Very few of them. Not all the time, but the vast majority of them are so heavily scripted and so not the person that's trying to perform it. There's nothing organic about it. There's nothing that feels real, and there's nothing that's remotely believable. In so many of these promos, it actually takes me out of the enjoyment of the match. If you don't care about the talent, or you're not buying into the talent, or you're not buying into the talent's emotion that they're trying to convey, it's really hard to get excited about the match. And that's unfortunately one of the things that I've run into. The WWE is just so sanitized and filtered, it's hard for me to get excited about. For me, other people love it, and God bless them all. But when you see a guy like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and the Steve Austins, and the guys that can really go out, like Mick Foley, he's another one, and guys can just wing it. Chris Jericho, as I mentioned, can deliver a great promo and create emotion that didn't exist before the promo. That's the fun part of the business for me. All right, peeps, this video was done. I was about to upload it so you guys can watch it, but this story broke and I had to cover it. Now, CM Punk is pissed about comments and mockery that The Miz recently made about Punk's first appearance on WWE Backstage. The Miz was talking to the camera after his own appearance on the show January 7th. He remarked that he felt it was the best episode of the show ever. He bantered with Renee Young and Paige about other people who came on before him that might have been better than he was. While none of the options offered specifically CM Punk, Miz brought it upon himself to say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't change the culture. My bad, and you know that's what CM Punk first said when he did come on WWE Backstage. Punk seen this and he tweeted to The Miz, "Go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you fucking dork." And that is insane. All the comments have been removed online and like, whoa, I fucking love it. Trust me, Vince and Triple H must be fuming. And even though Punk does work for Fox and not WWE, the WWE could definitely say, get this guy the fuck out of here. So we gotta stay tuned, peeps. All right, peeps. Well, that's it. It was a pretty good show, if I have to say so myself. But honestly, thank you guys so much for even tuning in, taking a little second or minutes out of your life, actually, and watching something that I created. I can't even tell you how much it means to me. You are the people who give me the motivation to do this. I like to do it because it's fun, it's a hobby, but if some people, even if it was one or two, like I said, weren't listening or giving a fuck or watching, I wouldn't do it. 1 year has flown by. This next year is going to fly by, and the next 5 or 10 are. Let's make this channel blow up, please. Like, share, sub, do whatever you got to do. But next year, we're going to try getting some interviews. I'm still looking for a co-host. If you're a female co-host and you want to do the podcast or the YouTube, let me know, man. We got to expand this bad boy. I want to thank Two Tooth with Jabber Jabber Wrestling. He was the motivation for me to even get into this. If you guys love WWE, definitely check out anything Jabber Jabber Wrestling. Those guys over there kick ass. And in the last couple of months, I've been forgetting to shout them out because I just get caught up. But I love them, and you will too. All right, I'm rambling on. I got to record the podcast for you guys. I will be back later this week. And how I used to do the entertainment thing, I give you my word, at least once a week, I'm going to at least do a movie review. I'm going to try to make it horror. If not, it's going to be a movie. So you will have the show, you will have the podcast, and at least one movie review or something like that a week. All right, peeps. As always, I'm your host, Lee Bentz. Remember to check us out on all major podcasting platforms, Facebook and YouTube under the AEW Insider, and on Twitter under the AEW Insider 1. Let's fucking kill 2020. Ciao, peeps.